This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Police in the capital are looking into the details surrounding the discovery of a quantity of suspected marijuana on the Potters Key dock on Thursday. Preliminary reports indicate shortly before 10 p.m., officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit, acting on information, went to the Potters Key dock. While there, they conducted a search of a motor vessel, during which time officers found a brown box on the port side of the vessel. A search of the contents revealed a grassy substance believed to be marijuana. The responding officers were unsuccessful in locating the individual allegedly responsible for the box and its content. The total weight of the suspected drugs is 14 pounds and has an estimated street value of $14,000. Investigations into this matter are ongoing. Police Commissioner Paul Roll says reducing the amount of fatal domestic violence cases starts with training. His comments come off the heels of the tragic murder and suicide of 21-year-old Heavenly Tervias, who was shot by her alleged ex-boyfriend, Fenron Ferguson, who then turned the gun on himself and died 2 days later in hospital. Ferguson was reportedly out on bail for a previous offense, which occurred last year. 2 weeks before Tervias' murder, she made a complaint regarding damage to her vehicle. The police commissioner says over 700 rather, were trained to specifically deal with these types of issues.
We also have, right now, as I indicated, we're in the process of re-looking at our facilities to try to see how best we can cater to victims of domestic abuse, any type, physical, emotional, sexual abuse, and with our NGOs and partnering with the various agencies that have the expertise, those professionals, and the law enforcement. We are not the quote unquote professional, because we have those persons that are trained in there. We partner with them. We happen to be the first stop and last stop. And so we oftentimes, our part is to refer. And I think, as I indicated earlier, you cannot force, because persons have a right of choice.
He adds that the police force needs to do more to educate, and the country must collectively take responsibility for these types of issues instead of making it a police issue.
Because it's not a police issue. These people live here. These are our sons and these are our daughters. I believe that most of them attend church. They have persons that they can talk to, and you can get help.
Commissioner Roll was a guest on the Cop Talk show with host Inspector Mikkel Pinder. Minister of Transport and Housing JoBeth Colby Davis defending the cost of houses in the New Pinecrest subdivision in this government home building division. Houses start at roughly $120,000 and can go up to $160,000. The minister said these prices are due to inflation.
What we were faced with, obviously we're still in a crisis, a pandemic, and there's an inflation. And so the cost of material and the cost to build has went up and extremely high. And it's important to remember a lot of these contractors are small contractors. A lot of them haven't had worked for maybe 2-3 years, a number of years. And so we have to make sure that we balance it. Yes, we can put people in their home and it can be affordable to the extent that we still allow these contractors to be able to take something home to their families and not just transfer the funds to purchasing the material and then have nothing left for themselves to take home to their families. And so we have to find a healthy balance.
Minister Colby Davis says that they have a database at the Department of Housing with over 210,000 people who are able to qualify for this housing. Now, this new subdivision will be in the South Beach area, and the minister also addresses the concerns of flooding.
And we can advise you, even speaking with the residents, they said that normally it's just little water when in that particular area that settles when it rains, and that's the norm for everywhere in New Providence and probably on other family islands. But it does not have that extreme flooding as persons are concerned about, and most of the neighbors will tell you if you pass by that they don't have those issues. And so I think we're ready to go with that one. We don't have to do much lifting or rising, and we're in a good, strong area that's ready for a building and infrastructure close by. So that's going to be a good location.
This project will provide 43 homes for Bahamians. The minister also noted that the Davis administration is looking to build over 1,600 homes during this term in office. Finance officials releasing the 2021 Fiscal Strategy Report and the medium-term debt management strategy today, in keeping with the requirements of the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2018 and the Public Debt Management Act 2021. The Ministry of Finance, in a statement, says the nation's fiscal health is in a perilous state, and as outlined in the 2021 FSR, the Bahamas' fiscal health will be restored by improving government efficiency through digitization, continued economic diversification, and improvements in revenue policy and administration to achieve revenues of 25% of gross domestic product by fiscal year 2025-2026. The statement continues that containing expenditure will be equally important in achieving fiscal targets, and government intends to limit recurrent expenditure to 20% of GDP and capital expenditure to 3.5% of GDP by the end of the same period. The planned result is the achievement of a modest budget surplus by fiscal year 2024-2025. Now, the government previously advised that the presentation of these reports would be delayed to avoid clashing with the presentation of the fiscal year 2021-2022 supplementary budget. The Minister of Finance will formally table these reports during the fiscal year 2021-2022 mid-year budget debate. After 5 months of service, today marks the final day of use of the Melia Nassau Beach Resort campus as a primary vaccination site here in the capital. The site has been in use since August of 2021 and has facilitated some 20,000 local vaccinations since inception. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville was on site today to extend thanks on behalf of the government and citizens of the Bahamas.
Okay, so members of the press, I want to thank the team at Bahama, particularly Sandy Sands, for this great opportunity for us to be able to vaccinate our population here at Melia. It is my understanding that in August 2021, Melia came to the rescue of the Bahamian people and opened up this wonderful site where it is my understanding that some 20,000 vaccinations have taken place at this particular location. Today is the last day for vaccination here, and the Bahamian people, the government, would like to just congratulate Melia as well as the Bahama group of companies for giving us this opportunity to provide vaccination for our people for COVID-19 here at this site. We understand that this was a very instrumental effort and an awesome corporate partner that has brought us to where we are with our vaccination efforts here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Dr. Darville also took a moment to speak to the importance of corporate involvement as we seek to navigate our way through this COVID-19 pandemic. Senior Vice President of Bahamar and President of the Bahamas Hotel Association, Robert Sands, seconded this motion and notes that since opening the vaccination site at Melia, Bahamar's staff vaccination rate has skyrocketed up to nearly 72%.
We are proud to say that at Bahama, our vaccination rate amongst our associates are running close to 72%. In no small measure, having this facility in close proximity to our resort allowed us the opportunity to push into the vaccination rate here at Bahama. Community is one of the pillars of our foundation, and certainly where the community is good to us, it is important that we we are good to the community. And our partnership in this vaccination program signifies our commitment to supporting the people of the Bahamas, the government of the Bahamas, in all of these community-related ventures. And we are very happy to say, Minister, it was an honor and a pleasure for us to participate and partner with you in this venture and be willing to support you in your future endeavors in helping to curb this COVID pandemic.
Sands also noted that despite this site now being closed, the Bahamar Management Group will remain active in assisting the government of the Bahamas to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the country. Well, that does it for news this evening. Once again, I'm Leah Cooper, and from all of us here at JCN News, have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.